to the advanced WordPress tutorials. I'll be your primary coach for these lessons. If you're just starting, a good free website is bloggingempires.com. It has a lot of tutorials on how to actually start with blogging and lists all the different things you'll need to know. And once you've done Blogging Empires and set up your blog, you can watch these videos, and we're going to go in and do some advanced work for WordPress. So we'll just close that. I've loaded up a theme called Clean Copy 1, which comes from Corey Miller. And once you realize the power of what we're going to do in these tutorials, you probably only need 3 or 4 good themes, because you can change anything in them pretty well that you like. Now, while there are thousands of themes around, there are only a few that have actually been written with good code that allows you to manipulate them well. However, most of the things we're going to show you, you can do with pretty well any theme. And there's a link to the Clean Copy in your workbook. Beauty of Clean Copy is it has 3 different types. It has one with a right-hand sidebar, one with a left-hand sidebar, and another copy of it with a right and left. So it covers most things that people would want to do with blogs. So the first thing we want to do is change the image, because this really doesn't have anything to do with WordPress at all. I'm going to go View Background. By the way, I'm using the Firefox browser just so we can do a lot of the things a lot simpler than Internet Explorer. And we want to find out what this image is called and where it's situated. So it's in our WP Content, Themes, Clean Copyright Sidebar, Images, and it's called Header. We want to put our own header image in there. And how I do that is I copy the image, I bring up Photoshop and paste it into Photoshop. You can use any image editor to do this because it's just a flat image. We want to find out what size it is. It's 160 by 177. Now I've already made another one here. We're interested in getting lots of traffic to our site, so it'd be very silly really to name it header and just overwrite the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it with some keywords that have to do with our site, and we're going to call it Advanced Workshop WordPress Workshop, because that's obviously what our site is about. Obviously, if you were in financial investment, you call it financial-investment.jpg. If you were doing yoga or whatever, just use some keywords for your image. What we need to do now is bring up our FTP program, and I use a free copy of FileZilla. Once again, the link is in your workbook. I'll just log on. Now I've stored all my images under Advanced and Images. Now the file we wanted was in WP Content, Themes, Clean Copy 1 right sidebar, and Images. And I've already loaded it up, so I just overwrite this one just to show you. So now we'll go back to our site and go back to the main page. As you can see, it's not in there. So what we need to do is log in to our dashboard, and then we go to Presentation and Theme Editor, and this is actually in the style sheet. Now by going Control F, we bring in this little bar down the bottom, which is great when dealing with our WordPress. We don't really need to know what all this is about at the moment. All we want to do is know where that header image is. So header.jpg. And there's the file there. And that's all we want to know about at the moment. We go back into our FileZilla and just double click slowly on the file name so we can copy the actual name, and we're just going to replace that with that file. Now we'll do an update, go to our website and do an F5, and there's our graphic. As you can see, it makes it look a lot